Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we should be live. Alright, so first of all, guys, tell me what you think about the audio. Okay? I experimented with it a little bit using Elgato, and I did some test recordings, and everything sounded pretty well balanced. I think it sounded fine, but let me know how it sounds on your end, and if I need to adjust it, I'll adjust it. Okay, so, and I got this weird thing going on. Like I've got my headphones plugged directly into the computer, so I'm picking up the game audio, but I'm also getting an echo of my audio, my commentary. And it's weird, and it kind of throws me off. But I think I need to get an extension cord for my headphones so I can listen to the game audio directly from the TV, and I won't pick up my audio. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but I'm also using this stream to kind of test everything out before I start using the Elgato Hardcore for Let's Plays and streaming and etc. And this new Elgato is pretty damn good. I've got the, what is it? The HD60S Plus. Yeah, and it's pretty good. It's just streaming directly to YouTube instead of through something like StreamYard. You got to put in the stream key, the stream URL, and it's kind of tedious. I wish YouTube had a better setup, but as long as it works, okay? So, yeah. Just 1 second. Alright, so it should be good. So, what this stream is going to be, it's going to be us streaming some Kingdom Hearts gameplay. Mostly Kingdom Hearts 3. But I may do a couple of other Kingdom Hearts games, because I plan on streaming for a couple of hours. And yeah, so, and we're also going to be talking about the Kingdom Hearts Dark Road finale. I got some talking points here. There's some things I want to go over, some things that I've thought about since the finale came out. So we're going to talk about them. And we also have a Tetsuya Nomura interview regarding the finale of Dark Road, regarding the mysteries that are yet to be solved even after the end of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. So we're also going to be diving into that as well. So let's go ahead and start up Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm going to be playing on Proud mode, kind of casual, just to have something going on while I'm talking about all the Kingdom Hearts Dark Road stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Alright, I'm just checking YouTube. There's a little bit of delay between the Elgato and YouTube. I guess that's normal. Again, just kind of testing everything. So, of course, here we have the main setting of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, Scholar and Kylum. I guess I can go ahead and start off with my general thoughts on Dark Road and how I feel about the game now that it's finished. The game feels incomplete. Yeah.
Have you heard of the ancient
Which is kind of shocking.
Huh?
Because it was delayed for so long. Nearly a year.
Long ago,
And,
Keyblade wielders waged a war over the ownership
you know,
of
it's like we waited so
Master's
long
favorite story.
for this game to come out. And yet,
I wonder what they planned on doing. with
here we
Kingdom
are.
Hearts After
I've seen the end of the game. And to be
who
fair,
knows?
it's
I don't get why anyone would initiate a
it
war.
still feels incomplete. There's still a lot of questions
You
that
know
I
the
have.
Lost Masters.
Still a lot of mysteries. And honestly,
They're the
after
ones who
playing the
started
game, I have
Keyblade
more
War.
questions than I do answers. Which, you know, at this point
Where'd you hear about
is pretty usual of a Kingdom Hearts game.
They're the ones for whom.
Oh boy. So, yeah.
I'm not
There's
following you.
a lot of stuff that we need to talk about.
Facade.
And like I said, I'm probably going to be here for a couple of hours to go over everything.
On
but,
that night shall darkness prevail and
A lot
light
of stuff.
expire.
A lot of stuff that's just left me with
Keyblade
some
masters should
very
know this.
interesting
You
questions.
say so.
So,
The gazing
wait till we
eye
get
sees
past
the
this
visible
cutscene.
world.
And then I think the first thing we're going to do is
It's already.
we'll
visible.
actually go over the Tetsuya Nomura interview
I'm not so sure about that.
and see what Nomura has to say about the Kingdom Hearts Dark Road finale. And press
confident.
some of the questions I have, because I haven't looked at this interview yet.
But things aren't in your.
I haven't gone over it yet.
Perhaps.
I was waiting to go over it with you guys, and we can have a discussion about it.
You might be surprised. Oh, I hope so.
All right, so here comes the copyright section. Let's go ahead and skip that. All right, so let's dive into this Tetsuya Nomura interview regarding the end of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. We'll go over this interview, and maybe that'll answer some of my questions. All right, so the link to this Tetsuya Nomura interview will be down in the description box below. So if you want to follow along, I'm going to read through this interview. If you want to follow along, go ahead and click down there. It'll take you to KH Insider, and you can read the interview with me. Or you can read it on your own time, whatever you prefer. Okay. So, Tetsuya Nomura starts off by saying, first of all, my apologies for the wait. I wanted to make it bigger, and there were parts I wanted to tell in more detail. But as the size of this installment physically went over capacity, I have depicted the essentials. I hope you enjoy it, both the completion of Dark Road and the gameplay, which we worked on quite a bit to make the difficulty level more balanced and easier to play. Also, the plot interweaves with future developments in Missing Link and Kingdom Hearts 4, so keep that in mind. Below, I have created a supplementary Q&A for this installment. If you're interested, I'd love for you to read it. This contains heavy spoilers for the end of the story. Be warned if you have not finished the game yet. Yeah, so obviously in this live stream, we're going to be going into spoilers, heavy spoilers. So if you haven't seen the finale of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, go check it out first. I did a live watch along of the finale. Go check that out. It's on the channel. Then come back to this live stream and you can hear my thoughts on this interview and on the finale in general. Alright. Question 1. In previous titles, we saw the Xehanort who leaves Destiny Islands as a young man. He seems a lot younger in Dark Road. And Nomura answers by saying, Dark Road presents the correct version. For previous games, we used the young man model we already had as a catch-all symbolic representation of his youth, in order to save cost modeling a young boy version. In KH3, they were specifically split. I'd like you to interpret it as the symbolic representation becoming a rich one. Alright, so to basically sum that up, what Nomura is saying here, and this has been a question that has plagued the Kingdom Hearts fandom ever since Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. And that is the model of young Xehanort on Destiny Islands, which is supposed to be Xehanort before he becomes a Keyblade wielder, looked older than the young boy Xehanort that we've seen as a Keyblade wielder in Skull-Eyed Kylum in Kingdom Hearts 3. And Nomura explains that basically, that was the model they had at the time. They didn't want to create two separate models. It would have cost more. And so it's basically a goof, more or less. Essentially what it is that they probably hadn't planned out all the details of Xehanort's, his life and when certain events actually took place. So, in Birth by Sleep, he looks older than he should be in that scene, and they've gone on to correct it. So, Dark Road is the correct version. It's probably best to just ignore the Xehanort flashback on Destiny Islands, because it's not entirely accurate at this point. Pretty much. And that's kind of what I speculated as well. I know a lot of people were making more out of it than they really should have, but, that's what the Kingdom Hearts fandom does. We take little bits here and there that may not be all that important, and we turn them into something important when they're really not. Alright, so let's move on to question number 2. And the interviewer asks, will there be any fixed patches for Kingdom Hearts Dark Road? Nomura replies, yes, we've discovered some bugs, such as the battle backgrounds displaying the wrong background, and there are a few lines of dialogue fixed at the last minute to be replaced. These will be addressed in an upcoming patch called version 5.0.1. I am very sorry. Also, there are scenes where an easily understood form of the player is shown in Xehanort's final battle and final reflections. But as it could be misinterpreted in a way I didn't intend, we will be updating how it is represented sometime next month too. So, we're going to get some patches next month for this game. And I'm not really sure what Nomura is saying here. There are scenes where an easily understood form of the player is shown in Xehanort's final battle and final reflections. But as it could be misinterpreted in a way I didn't intend, we will be updating how it is represented sometime next month too. I don't understand what Nomura is saying. Xehanort's final battle. The final fight with Baldur. Was there something about the player in the final battle with Baldur? I don't remember. Maybe you guys can correct me in the chat. Alright. So let's go ahead and take care of the dark side, and then we'll get to question 3. One thing I hate about Kingdom Hearts 3, there's no way to switch between targets. At least I don't think. Alright, there we go. Alright, so moving on to question number 3. The interviewer asked, you said the mystery of why Xehanort went bald would be answered, but it ended up being unexpectedly straightforward. And Nomura answers, yes, it wasn't a really important issue. After all, it's just that people were wrongly theorizing that it fell out after many years. So I wanted to correct the record that he shaved it. It also wasn't important that the Queen of Hearts didn't remember Xehanort. That's just how she is.
How are we supposed to
so
get
yeah,
there now?
the whole thing about, Xehanort losing his hair, Nomura put such an emphasis on that. And most of us just assumed, that
planets were edging.
Xehanort had lost it due to old age, because that happens to a lot of guys. But no, apparently he's been shaving it this whole time.
Predicted this very future, the day he would seize control.
Did it matter?
And rule over all the
I mean, is this going to be important later on?
Previous attempts using Terra, Cloud.
I don't know. Oh, by the way,
to advance his plans for
shout out
conquest,
to the only time that Cloud is actually brought up in this game. We couldn't get a Sephiroth boss fight. We couldn't get a some closure to the Cloud, Sephiroth, Zack, and Tifa subplot. No. We couldn't get that. We only got a statue of Cloud in Olympus. Nice. I'm hoping Cloud and Sephiroth come back in KH4. Maybe they disappeared to Quadratum after their fight in KH2. I hope. Also, Nomura talking about the Queen of Hearts not remembering Xehanort when they meet again 4 years later. Yeah, that makes sense. I doubt that if Sora showed back up in Wonderland, okay, let's just say that Wonderland was a playable world in KH2. 1 year after the events of KH1, I doubt that the Queen of Hearts would even remember Sora. Because she is so obsessed with herself that she doesn't care to remember people. Why would she? She's that type of character. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Of course you wouldn't remember Xehanort. Oh yeah, I forgot we're on proud mode. Crap. Let's see. Put fire there, water there, potion there. We don't have any potions, do we? Sometimes you might get lucky and get one during the tutorial, but usually not. Yeah, okay. Alright. Question number 4. Several Emblem Heartless appeared in the worlds of Dark Road. Timeline-wise, Emblem Heartless weren't first created until after Kingdom Hearts. They were created 9 years or so before the first Kingdom Hearts, when Xehanort did his experiments with Ansem the Wise and his apprentices. Technically. So, anyways. Nomura says, the reason Emblem Heartless appear in Worlds of the Past is an important part of the setting of Missing Link. So, it will be explained in the future. I could have sworn that they said something about the Book of Prophecies was still generating holograms or illusions of Emblem Heartless in the time period of Dark Road, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Anyways, question number 5. Oh, and by the way, I'm skipping this most of the cutscenes because I'm trying to get to Toy Box and Young Xehanort because this is a Dark Road stream. So yeah, I'd like to get to Toy Box, so I'm skipping the cutscenes till we get there. Anyways, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, might not be a bad idea to just go ahead and switch in Ultima Weapon. Yeah, there we go. And Oathkeeper and Oblivion. Nice. That'll make this go quicker. Alright, so Question number 5. Who is the blue-robed figure who appears in the Dark Road epilogue? And Nomura answers, someone who bears the heart of the player from Union Cross.
Meg!
Later, the part where it talks about a second life will be withdrawn. And then it will be about how, after its final destruction, that heart will once again melt into the heart of another person.
Goofy. Guess I
So we know
Thank you.
that
Meg,
the blue-robed figure is the reincarnation of the player from Union Cross.
Be careful.
And we can
Wonder
assume
boy.
that the main character
guys in?
that we play as in Missing Link is a younger version
Break a
of
leg then.
the blue-robed figure. Right?
Heroes.
I think that's a general consensus right now.
You should go with Meg.
So, Nomura is talking about how they're going to change the scene to where that heart of the blue-robed
keep her
figure,
safe.
the player, will again melt into the heart of another person. Is this hinting at a third reincarnation of the player in the future? And a lot of people are already thinking that maybe the player,
From which way?
his or hers third lifetime, is actually going to be Sora. Which makes a lot of sense. Because, number one, why did Ephemer appear to Sora in the Keyblade Graveyard? Why out of everyone there was it Sora? Unless Sora is the reincarnation of Ephemer's friend, the player, from Union Cross. Would make sense. Also, the fact that Sora has a link to Wreck-It Ralph in Kingdom Hearts 3. Sora has never met Wreck-It Ralph. And remember, all of the summons in Kingdom Hearts 3, with the exception of Wreck-It Ralph, are characters, are people that Sora has met and connected to in his previous adventures. Again, the only exception to that is Wreck-It Ralph. Why? Unless Sora has met Wreck-It Ralph, has connected to Wreck-It Ralph, but not in his current lifetime, but in his previous lifetime as the player in Union Cross. Makes sense. And that connection, that link between Sora and Wreck-It Ralph has survived even through multiple lifetimes, even through death, which is a very Kingdom Hearts thing to do. The idea that friendships and bonds and links and connections between hearts would survive even death, and even if you don't consciously remember the people that you connected to in previous lifetimes, those connections are still there, even if the memories aren't. That is a very Kingdom Hearts type of thing to do. So at this point, I'm seriously thinking that Sora is the third reincarnation of the player from Union Cross. Makes a lot of sense to me. Alright, so let's move on to question 6. Places called Skull-Eyed Kylum appear in both Dark Road and Missing Link. Is it the same place? Nomura says, yes, it is the same place. It looks different because it is a different time period. As per the multi-tiered city label, the city is structured in tiers, where new districts are built on top of the old ones. So, pretty simple explanation as far as that goes. I kind of expected that would be the explanation. It's just that Skull-Eyed Kylum changed over time. just like any other city in the real world would change over time. If you look at New York City back in the 1920s, New York City in the 1920s does not look like New York City in 2022. So, makes sense.
Back off!
Alright, I saved your asses. Now give me an item. Thank you. I think there's also... yeah, there's a treasure chest back here. Alright. So question number 7. The interviewer asked, the story didn't go so far as to when Xehanort becomes completely devoted to darkness. What of this? And Nomura answers, that's true. But I feel I showed the circumstances that led him to the start of that dark road. I also got to do the part I wanted to show the most, the relationship between him and Ericus. So I think it's possible to guess what happened from there. Yeah, this is kind of what I meant when I talked about this game feeling incomplete. It really shows Xehanort's start of darkness, but it doesn't fill in all the gaps. We don't really see him exploring the darkness and coming to the conclusion about his plans. You know, like, when did he decide to forge the Keyblade? Like, we don't even see him bring up the Keyblade in this game. And that's like his whole thing. That's what he's after. So that was kind of weird. Like, there's still some missing gaps here. And I understand that, you know, this isn't a big budget game. I understand that. But it really should have been. This is the backstory of your main villain. This should have been a console game.
If there's anybody else stuck out
Absolutely.
here, we better find them fast.
And I know Nomura has talked about in a previous interview, I don't remember which one, but I know he said that he wanted to tell the backstory of Xehanort even before Kingdom Hearts 3, but he just didn't have time to do it. If he had done it, he would have had to delay Kingdom Hearts 3 even more. I get that, but at the same time, this guy created Recoded. So you had time to do Recoded, but not a Xehanort game? Before Kingdom Hearts 3? Like, come on, Nomura. Come on. That's kind of ridiculous. Alright. Question number 8. There were a lot of interesting characters among his classmates and upperclassmen. Can we look forward to seeing them again? And Nomura says, there were a lot of characters which I am sad to restrict to one game, and characters who made their exits without getting to do much talking, which I was disappointed about. But as mentioned above, I wasn't able to go deeper due to issues regarding size limitations. I feel very sorry about this. I think it would be very difficult for most of the characters to appear again in a future game, but there are some possibilities. I've also thought it could be good content to touch on in a book or something. Again, this game should have been a full-blown console title. It really should have. Then he could have done whatever he wanted. And I'm not saying it had to be the same level as Kingdom Hearts 3. But, you know, do like some kind of, world of Final Fantasy art style for the graphics. You know, something more akin to the PlayStation 2. And you can make it a smaller game with smaller worlds, but still release it on consoles and tell all of the details of the story you wanted to tell. Really flesh it out. It's just, I don't know, it's sad to me that Xehanort's story got relegated to a console game. Hell, I would have taken an Advent Children styled movie over this being a console or a mobile game. Just straight up, make it a movie. It would have been better. Oh hell no, you are not getting me into the flames. Screw you, dude. One good thing about playing on Proud Mode, got so much magic to use. Once we get Keyblade transformations, we'll be able to really rush through this world. This is something else I really hate about Kingdom Hearts 3. You've only got 9 save slots for like a 50 to 60 hour game. What the hell? Why couldn't we just stick to the 99 save slots that we had in every other game? Hell, even Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, had 99 save slots. And that was on the same console. Like, what the hell? And it'd be fine if you had a way to replay the worlds, like the storylines of the worlds, but you don't even get that. I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake had only 9 slots, but you could replay the chapters, so it didn't matter. Kingdom Hearts 3, nothing. Nothing like that. Just give us the 99 save slots. Seriously. Don't screw this up in Kingdom Hearts 4. If I had 99 save slots, I could just jump into a toy box directly. Alright, so let's dive into question 9. What did Master Odin mean at the end when he spoke of a teacher and a cruel fate? And Nomura answers, Master Odin himself once had a master who taught him, naturally. His master entrusted him with a certain duty. Part of this aligned with that of the blue-robed figure. This will be revealed in detail in Missing Link, which depicts a later period. So there's a connection between the blue-robed figure and Master Odin, between the player's reincarnation and Master Odin. Again, Missing Link, I think, is really going to answer a lot of crap. And I'm more excited for it now than ever. I know we're supposed to be getting a closed beta this year, so I'm interested to see what comes out of that. And I think the full game is supposed to release next year. So that'll be exciting. And hopefully, it clarifies some mysteries that Dark Robe did not. Let's see. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Equip that. Actually, MP haste will be better. And let me... Yes, we got AP boost. There we go. Yeah, Master Odin, I thought was going to be pretty shady. I thought he might be Lushu. Of course, we know now that's actually Bragi. But, no. It just seems like Master Odin is kind of incompetent. And he wasn't really a bad guy after all. Just kind of incompetent. And also, pretty damn extreme when it comes to darkness, like Ericus. So we see where Ericus gets his beliefs from. Well, that and also probably from Brain, since Brain is more than likely his, you know, great-grandfather or father, one of the two. And hating darkness just runs through his veins, as he said. Love Oblivion. Nice. Alright. Moving on. Question number 10.
Get the people out!
Xehanort's motherly figure looked a lot like Skull. Is it her? No. But she is connected to Skull. Missing Link is also a story about bloodlines, you see. Alright. Let me clarify something. Because I've seen people really get this confused. Even though they flat out say this in the game. Ephemer is not Xehanort's father. Skuld is not Xehanort's mother. They say it very clearly in the game. Ephemer is Xehanort's great-great-great-grandfather. Skuld is more than likely Xehanort's great-great-great-grandmother. And that is why her descendant, Xehanort's mom, looks like Scold. Because they're related.
You scared
Again,
us.
great
It's nothing.
granddaughter.
That's what these are for.
Really not that complicated, folks.
Very nice. Full marks.
By the way, I'm letting this scene play out
Organization.
because Lucio is
You're
awesome.
Zigbar.
So,
All
Yeah,
this altruism
we're giving
is
Lucio
me
his scene.
warm and fuzzies.
I'm not going to
So
skip
then,
this.
Does having a heart attack come with an extremely good insurance policy?
Now,
Just
how
what
does
you
this
mean.
relate
Oh,
to
I did, though.
Subject X?
No good will ever
Because
come
we
from
all
putting other
thought
people first.
Subject X was
I was
Skull.
able to save Meg's life because
At
I
this
was ready to
point,
risk my own.
Subject X
Because you've got
could
friends in
be
high places.
Ava, but I
Jokes
still
like that
think it's
don't
Skull.
fly for your average Joe.
So,
You know.
more than
You weren't even
likely,
there. If you were, you'd admire
Ephemer
Hook's courage.
and
I
Skull,
don't admire one guy
Hook up.
leaping into danger if it means
They have a
someone
baby.
else might have to jump in to save
that
him.
baby
You're all just
goes
lining up
on
to lose out.
to produce a
Leaving others to
bloodline
take the fall with
that
you.
leads to Xehanort.
And you can
But
spare me the usual
during that
part,
time
right?
period,
Yes,
Skull
hearts are powerful when
probably
connected. But if you put too much of
somehow
that power in one
time
place,
travels
some
time-
of those
time
hearts
travels
might end up breaking.
from that
Still,
era
Sora, that doesn't mean
to
you
Radiant
should
Garden in the future
power
and become
you
Skull or
find the
Subject
hearts
X,
joined to yours.
Why would I ever take advice from
which
you?
means
As if
that
you don't
Xehanort
have any choice but to
experimenting
follow this sweet little trail
on
of
Subject
breadcrumbs.
X, if it is Skull,
And
who
at
is
the
brought
end,
into the
you'll
future
finally realize what
after
destiny has in store
giving
for
birth to Xehanort's
you. Your reward might be right around the
ancestor,
corner.
that means
So
Xehanort
close.
was experimenting on his own great grandmother.
Hearts breaking.
Ah, it's crazy.
Sora,
But as
Don't
we
let him
see,
bother you.
going into this new
he's just
saga,
trying to get under your skin 'cause he
the
thinks
Lost
he can.
Master saga,
We'll
bloodlines
prove him wrong.
and
We'll
family
show him that our
are going to become
sacrifices
important.
Haven't been for nothing.
In the Xehanort saga,
You're right.
they weren't. It was all about
Besides,
friendship.
we're already proof enough.
But here we are, going into a new saga, and all of a sudden, family is important. So, could Sora's mom actually be important? Maybe. We'll find out. But yeah, family is going to be more important going forward.
Reward.
And I'm excited to see what Nomura does with that. Question 11. Continuing on with the bloodline thing. In this game, we learned about Xehanort's bloodline. What about Ericus? Previously, we learned that he is descended from the very first master. Do the two share lineage? Nomura says sorry, but this is also a missing link topic. I will say they don't have the same parents. So right there is confirmation. Xehanort and Ericus are not brothers. That was a theory going around, that they may be long lost brothers, separated when they were very young. But no, they're not brothers. Now, could they still be related in some way? Yeah, they could be cousins. They could be distant cousins, maybe sharing an ancient ancestor. So there could still be that relation. But they're not closely related. We got 2 more questions left. We'll finish it off with Goofy.
Go get him!
Nice. Okay. Question 12. What can we expect, or when can we expect news on Missing Link? And Nomura says the closed beta testing is first. We are currently making preparations. I have to balance the time frames of other titles. Talking about Kingdom Hearts 4. But first of all, we do plan to revive the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross Twitter account as a Missing Link account, so please make sure to follow. That's interesting. Yeah, because, I guess Missing Link, or Dark Road, is still under the Union Cross banner. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Ooh, let's see. I kind of want more abilities, but then again, I'm doing a magic run. I prefer to have more abilities. Hold on, let me check what else I've got. Auto finish, don't need that yet. Nice. Okay. I can't synthesize an AP boost yet. No. Alright. Last question. Lastly, will Xehanort appear again in a future title? And Nomura answers. The Dark Seekers saga, which hinged on Xehanort, is now over. However, this doesn't have the bearing on whether he will or won't appear. At this point, it's up to whether there's a good opportunity. Guys, I'm calling it right now. Xehanort's coming back. Xehanort is absolutely coming back. Not as a villain. I don't think he'll be a villain. But he'll probably be an ally. Or an anti-hero. Or something. But he's coming back. I mean, come on. After this game, after all the hints from Nomura trying to redeem Xehanort, he's coming back. He's absolutely coming back. He's probably going to help Sora defeat the Master of Masters. And to be honest with you, at first, I wasn't sure if I wanted Xehanort to return.
Guess now we know why
But
the river's flooded.
given how we still know so little about Xehanort and how tied in he is to everything, I think the story would actually benefit if he did come back. Like, imagine if Xehanort comes back as an ally of Sora and they actually get to have a little heart-to-heart, pun intended, and Xehanort can properly explain his motivation and why he did all the stuff that he did, and like him and Sora can connect, can reconnect. Yeah, I think he's coming back. And another reason why I think he's coming back is due to this artwork that Nomura put out of Xehanort with the release of the finale. And it's the artwork in my thumbnail. I also have a full body version of the artwork linked down below in the description box if you guys want to check that out. And just look at Xehanort, man. I mean, he's dressed in casual clothes. Now, given we've seen Nomura draw other Kingdom Hearts characters in casual clothing, and as far as we know, it's not really meant anything so far, but I kind of get the feeling it does here. Yeah, I think Xehanort's coming back in Quadratum. And if you look at the artwork, it looks like an organization coat, but stylized to look more casual. Like it could be a regular coat. You know, it looks more like a regular black coat that somebody would wear out in the rain or something. Like what you would expect, the type of clothing that you would expect to see in Quadratum. So at this point, I am more and more convinced Xehanort's coming back. And there's another reason why I think he's coming back. And I'll get to that in just a second. First, I need to concentrate on this fight coming up. Because this fight can be kind of annoying. At least in critical, it can be.
Some kind of sand. I know what to do. Go get him! Oh! Yeah. Go! Yeah. 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 It's over. There.
Alright, I should be able to finish them with this. Oh, no. I think there's one left. Still got a straggler. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. So. Let me pull up the document I had ready talking about some of the mysteries of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. First, let me kill these guys. Alright. Here we go. So, what should I start with? Okay, first of all, how many freaking ways are there to summon Kingdom Hearts? I am so confused at this point. Because, first of all, we have the 7 Princesses of Heart, right? And they forge the Keyblade of Heart to open the door to darkness where Kingdom Hearts is supposed to reside. But no, we find out later on that Kingdom Hearts is not the real Kingdom Hearts. It's a Kingdom Hearts, an artificial Kingdom Hearts, created from the hearts of worlds stolen by the Heartless. Fair enough. The Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 2 doesn't really need an explanation. It's also an artificial Kingdom Hearts created from the hearts of people released from the Heartless. Fair enough. Then we get the blue Kingdom Hearts in Birth by Sleep, which still hasn't been explained. I'm assuming, this is just my theory, that it's created from the hearts of the Keyblade wielders who died in the Keyblade War at the end of Kingdom Hearts Key. That's just my theory. And then in Kingdom Hearts 3, we get the supposed real Kingdom Hearts that looks like the artificial Kingdom Hearts of people's hearts from Kingdom Hearts 2, just more gold instead of yellow, which is kind of lame. But the true Kingdom Hearts is supposed to be summoned via a clash between 7 lights and 13 darknesses to forge the Keyblade, which for some reason comes in the form of 13 no-name Keyblades for some reason. I don't know. Kind of weird. And then in this game, they go with the 7 lights method. All right. Talking about that in Dark Road. And then from Baldur, we get this whole concept of, no, you need to take 13 lights and have them fall to darkness, and that will summon Kingdom Hearts. I'm so confused at this point. How many ways is there to summon the most powerful force in this series? Like, Nomura, clarify this. I wish Nomura would come out with a Kingdom Hearts encyclopedia, kind of like what Marvel and DC have, and just put all this information, clarify it in a Kingdom Hearts encyclopedia at this point. Because I am so confused. Crap, 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 crap. This should take out the leg. Yeah, so, I don't know. Apparently there's 100 different ways to summon Kingdom Hearts. It really needs to be clarified. It really does. Oh, thank you, Donald. Oh my god, I can't get back up there. Again, thank you, Don. Oh, and I fell. Shit. Wow. Freak it, let's just finish him. Alright. So let's see here. Going along with what I was talking about earlier, the 7 lights. How many 7 lights are there? Okay, so we have the 7 princesses of heart, whose hearts contain the 7 pure lights that broke off from the original Keyblade. Then we have 7 guardians of light to clash with 13 darknesses. And now in this game, we have what was his name? Vidar, who is tricked by Baldur into finding 7 lights to summon Kingdom Hearts. And these 7 lights are objects that have to do with the order of certain worlds? Like the Genie's Lamp in Agrabah? What? So Genie's Lamp, or maybe Genie himself, is considered a light? A 7, or one of the 7 lights? Again, I don't get it. I mean, is this like Dragon Ball Z, where you have different sets of Dragon Balls? Like you have 7 Dragon Balls, but you've got different sets of 7 Dragon Balls. So you got 7 Guardians of Light, 7 objects of light, 7 princesses of light. I don't know, man. It's messy. I don't know. Again, Nomura really needs to explain this. He really does. Alright. So,
Is this Olympus?
Gosh, it's amazing.
Baldur, Xehanort, and the hypocrisy of light. Again, Nomura doesn't expressly spell this out in the game, but I think it's pretty obvious what started Xehanort down the road to darkness. If you look at the events of the game and what Xehanort was already thinking about, even before Baldur did all this, it kind of confirms what Xehanort. Alright, I think we're back. Sorry about that. I think the Elgato screwed up. I think I had my settings too high. Sorry about that. Alright, so I forgot where I was. Alright, so I don't know where it cut me off at, but I was talking about how Xehanort can see the hypocrisy of how Keyblade wielders are doing things. You know, they're supposed to be trained to be these guardians of light, to be immune to the darkness. And yet, even Baldur, who was an exceptional Keyblade wielder, is susceptible to darkness. Master Odin and Ericus are hypocrites. They claim to be stewards of the light, but yet, here they are, willing to kill people, like Baldur, for having darkness. Instead of trying to help him or redeem him, it's like, nope, you got darkness, you gotta die. No talking about it, no debating it, no trying to help you, you gotta die. So these characters, who claim to be so full of light, actually do some really messed up, dark shit. And Xehanort picks up on that hypocrisy. And as a result, because he picks up on that hypocrisy, he's like, nah, you know what? I need to try and understand what Baldur was going through and what Baldur was trying to say. Because he even tells Xehanort, he says, we're not that different. Like, you understand where I'm coming from. And I think that the hypocrisy that he witnessed, I think, is what really led Xehanort down to trying to understand where Baldur was coming from in regards to darkness. And how anyone can have darkness in their heart. Again, Ericus views darkness as like this disease that infects you and take you over. No. That's how it was originally back in ancient times, but during the time of Dark Road, darkness comes from within the heart. Everybody has darkness. Terra has darkness. Ericus himself has darkness. He doesn't realize it until Birth by Sleep, where, you know, he tries to kill Terra and Ventus. And then he's like, even my own heart is darkness. So, there's a hypocrisy there. And no one saw it but Xehanort and Baldur. That's what leads Xehanort down the dark road, down to studying darkness. But what happens after that is still left a mystery. Like, when did he decide, you know, to have his main plan be to forge the Keyblade? Because the Keyblade doesn't get mentioned at all in this. When did he decide to forge the Keyblade? When did he come up with his backup plans with Ansem and Xemnas? You know, the Fate Kingdom Hearts. When did he come up with that? So, this really is the start of the Dark Road. But what happens on the Dark Road is still a mystery. And I'd really like to know more about that. And again, if Xehanort ends up coming back, which I think Nomura is hinting at, then maybe we'll get our answers. But right now, Xehanort's story still feels incomplete to me, which is another reason why I think he's going to come back.
No, I'm the one giving orders now, Bolt Boy.
Let's see, what else is there to talk about? The Master of Masters. We got teased with possibly getting his name in this game, and they still didn't give it to us. At this point, we're not getting the Master's name, we're not getting his identity, his face. None of that we're getting until Kingdom Hearts 4. Pretty sure of that at this point. Let's see, what else do I need to talk about? Oh! Skull-Eyed Kylum. One of the things I was curious about is, why is Ericus in Birth by Sleep living in Land of Departure and not Skull-Eyed Kylum? Because, you know, we're told that Skull-Eyed Kylum was this headquarters for Keyblade wielders. So you would think, okay, so Ericus, as Odin's successor, wouldn't he want to stay in Skala? But no, he's in Land of Departure by the time we get to Birth by Sleep. And as far as we can tell, Aqua and Terra have no knowledge of Skull-Eyed Kylum. That I found to be very weird. Oh, don't go invulnerable. That's so annoying. Alright, let's see. So, my current theory as to the relationship between Skull-Eyed Kylum and Land of Departure is that maybe Land of Departure is Skull-Eyed Kylum, but transformed. Just like how Aqua was able to transform Land of Departure into Castle Oblivion. Maybe Ericus did the same thing, and he transformed Scala into Land of Departure. And the only reason I can think as to why he would do that is that maybe, you know, the past was too painful for him. And since after the events of Dark Road, a lot of students got wiped out, and there were, you know, very few Keyblade wielders left. Maybe he decided we don't need a world this big anymore, and he was like, so I'm going to transform it into something smaller. And lo and behold, we get Land of Departure. So part of it was kind of distancing himself from a very tragic past with the loss of his friends. That could be why he sealed Skull Kylum and transformed it into Land of Departure. So maybe, since Mickey and Donald and Goofy are supposed to be investigating Skull Kylum after the events of Melody of Memories, maybe they'll somehow find a way to transform Land of Departure back into Skull Kylum. That's my theory right now. Nice. Okay. Let's see. What else have I not talked about? Oh, speaking of Skull Kylum, we get hints that there's other Keyblade wielders in Scala besides the upperclassmen and the lowerclassmen, but we never see them. You know, when Baldur begins his attack on Skull Kylum in the final episode, we see all these explosions and everything, which is suggesting that there's fights going on all over Skull Kylum, but we never get to see any of the other students. In fact, Master Odin actually straight up says, you know, before Baldur attacks, he says he's going to go and evacuate the other students. Who are these other students? We never see them. And where are they at by the time of Birth by Sleep? No idea. No idea. So, there seems to be other wielders outside of Xehanort's group, but we never see those other wielders. Did Baldur kill all of them? Like, did they all die during his attack on Scala? Is that why there's so many headstones in the graveyard? Because I just assumed, before all this, that those were Keyblade wielders who died in previous generations. But maybe they're all Keyblade wielders who died during Baldur's attack on Scala. And by the end of it, Odin, Xehanort, and Ericus are literally the only Keyblade wielders left in the universe. I don't know, man. And on that same note, where the hell was Yen Sid? Like, we've been told time and time again that Yen Sid trained with Ericus and Xehanort, and yet he's nowhere in this game. Now, what I thought they were going to do is, I thought at the end of Dark Road, it was going to be revealed that Odin was taking on a new student, and that new student was going to be Yen Sid. but nothing. So, where does Yen Sid come into play with all this? And, again, going back to the original verdict on this game, with all these questions we have left, with all these mysteries unsolved, with all these gaps in Xehanort's story, was Dark Road rushed? I know that's weird to say, because, you know, here we are in August of 2022. The game was delayed for nearly a year, and it still feels like it was rushed. So I don't know. Like, I come out of this still wanting more, which from a business standpoint for Square Enix is a good thing, but at the same time it's really frustrating because this game was marketed as explaining why Xehanort became the Seeker of Darkness. So I don't know. I really don't. Trying to think, is there anything else that I need to bring up? Oh yeah, the whole Child of Destiny thing, bro. Is Sora the prophesized chosen one? That's the question that everybody's asking at this point. Is Sora the chosen one? And at this point, I think it's yes and no. So, we know that players' reincarnation, Blue Robe Dude, or Dudette, gender not specified, was convinced that Xehanort is the Child of Destiny, who is going to set everything right and fix all the wrongs. But we know that's not true. Player's reincarnation was mistaken. And everything that Player's reincarnation said about the Child of Destiny, like the qualities that the Child of Destiny would have, they would be able to connect with people's hearts, feel what other people could feel, would hail from the Destiny Islands. All of that seems to point towards Sora. So it leads us to believe that Sora is the Child of Destiny. But is he? Because Nomura has said on multiple occasions that Sora's just an ordinary boy. All this stuff that's happened with Sora is accidental. He wasn't originally supposed to wield the Keyblade. It was supposed to be Riku. But things happen to where, you know, like young Xehanort said in a Dream Drop Distance, you know, we moved down the list like the Keyblade did. The Keyblade moved down the list. So, at this point, is Sora still just an ordinary boy? Or does he have more of a cosmic significance to the plot of Kingdom Hearts? Is he the Child of Destiny? And again, I'm of two minds on this. I think he could be in one sense, but I don't think he is in another sense. And here's why. The Child of Destiny, or the person who was intended to be the Child of Destiny, could be, in fact, Riku. It's not Xehanort. Player was just mistaken about that. So it's not Xehanort. But it could be Riku. Because think about it. Riku, like with Sora, comes from Destiny Islands. Riku was chosen to wield the Keyblade originally. So is it possible that the original child of Destiny was supposed to be Riku? But because he fell to darkness, because the Keyblade rejected him, Sora ended up becoming the child of Destiny instead. Maybe, just like the Keyblade did, Destiny moved down the list and decided, hey, you know what? This Riku kid is on some bullshit. So, he was supposed to be the child of Destiny. But nah. This Sora kid, let's see what he can do. So, Sora is probably the child of Destiny, but by accident. Which seems like a Nomura thing to do. And it would keep along with that whole thing that all this stuff happening to Sora was not meant to happen to Sora. You know, Sora just kind of got dragged into everything. That would make sense. That Sora accidentally became the savior. That it was supposed to be Riku. It would keep along with the themes of Kingdom Hearts and the themes of Sora in general. Or it could just be straight up, no, he was always intended to be the child of Destiny. They could go that route too. I'm gonna try and get through Twilight Town as fast as possible so we can get to Toy Box. Alright, so the final thing I've got on my list that I wanted to talk about, and I touched on it before, is Xehanort's return. I think Xehanort's coming back. I really do. I think Xehanort's coming back. Between the new artwork of young Xehanort, dressed in what seems to be a casual street style variation of the organization coat, something that you would see in a place like Quadratum, and Nomura's vagueness about Xehanort's return in this latest interview, and Nomura obviously trying to redeem Xehanort. I really feel like this guy is probably coming back. Now, I don't think it's going to be old man Xehanort. I think it'll be a young incarnation of Xehanort. I don't know if it'll be young Xehanort that was in the organization. I kind of would like to see Dark Road Xehanort instead. You know, teenage Xehanort, I guess. I think that would be cool to see. To have him be Sora's age. And teaming up with Sora to take down the Master of Masters. If it turns out that the Master of Masters is actually the villain. Coming up. Another reason why I think Xehanort's coming back is that there is a scene in Dark Road where Xehanort is talking to Ericus, and he talks about how he needs 13 lives in order to rebuild the world. Okay. Obviously, those 13 lives are the true organization members, because they all had Xehanort's heart implanted inside of them. Fragments of Xehanort's heart inside of them. Why can I not get this treasure chest? Yo. Truly. the hardest boss in Kingdom Hearts 3 is the Fallen Tree. I don't really care about fighting the Heartless. I just want these chests. I really want to get a toy box. I probably should have tried getting there before I started streaming, but freak it.
I see it. That building up ahead.
Alright. So, the 13 lives that Xehanort's talking about is referencing the True Organization. Because all of the True Organization members had a fragment of Xehanort's heart inside of them. So they were like 13 lives of Xehanort. But then Xehanort says, actually, he needs a 14th life. 13 to rebuild the world. Obviously, 13 Seekers of Darkness to forge the Keyblade, to summon Kingdom Hearts, to purge the world, and then rebuild the world afterwards.
So, what's
The
next?
14th life was so that he could explore and experience the new world that he was going to create. So what that tells me
Think you can bring Roxas back?
is that Xehanort, and I'll let this scene play out since we got some Xehanorts here. We're talking about Xehanort. We got 2 Xehanorts, so it fits.
Roxas should never have existed.
The whole thing about a
in the first
14th
place.
life
What you seek
suggests
is
to me
impossible.
that Xehanort may have had a
Roxas
backup
does
plan,
exist.
a
His
secret
heart's inside my heart.
14th vessel
And in the unlikely event you
that
did
could be
manage to
used
separate the
as
two,
a medium
where is it
to
you
facilitate
think you can put
his return.
heart?
And maybe
Roxas
this
used to live in the
14th
other
vessel,
Twilight Town, right?
he hid it
So,
in
we're
Quadratum.
just gonna put
I just
him back
thought of that.
there.
Maybe.
Do you even
'Cause we know that
realize what
Xehanort
you are saying?
has knowledge
Twilight Town
of
is
unreality
just data.
and Quadratum.
A heart
We
can
know
live
that from Melody of
anywhere,
Memories.
even inside
What if he
data.
hid
There are
a
hearts
14th
all
vessel
around us.
in unreality at some point? Whenever he
Ansel and
discovered
Zelda's used to be
Quadratum
part
and
of the same
unreality,
person, right?
he hid a 14th vessel
But
there
look, now they exist
that in case he
separately
ever
just
died,
fine.
he could be
If they
reborn
can do it,
into that
then
14th
I
vessel
don't see any reason why
in
you and
in
Roxas can't find a
unreality
way.
in Quadratum
Yeah.
and move from the Kingdom Hearts reality to the Quadratum reality.
In that case, by all means.
Nothing would please us more.
And that
than
vessel-
Roxas's return, of course.
In unreality,
You wish
will take the
he'll
form
never answer to you
of his younger
again.
self.
Still so blind. And
Xehanort's not
nobody's
finished,
what's
folks.
Left behind.
He's coming back.
No one gives his heart to
Mark my
darkness.
words. He's coming
There
back.
is only one way to bring Roxas back, which is for you to give your heart.
It would be
as
interesting
well.
if the other
Sora,
hooded figure
have you
with the
finally
Master of
decided to
Masters
call
in the
upon
Kingdom Hearts
the
4 trailer
darkness?
is actually
What?
Xehanort,
Go on then.
brought
The
back
shadows are
into
never
unreality.
out of reach.
Telling you, the dude's coming back. No doubt about that. I had my doubts before, but after this,
your heart
after Dark
free.
Road, after the Nomura interview,
Wait.
after Nomura trying to redeem Xehanort, he's coming back. And honestly,
It's not
I'm
darkness.
excited for it.
Not if it helps him.
I really am. I think this could be good.
Together. Yeah.
I tell you what, links in this game are so damn helpful. Say what you want about summons in previous games, but the summons in Kingdom Hearts 3 are amazing. Especially Ariel and Simba. So just looking at my list, that's pretty much all I can think to talk about. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say, whether in the live chat or after this is re-uploaded as a video in the comments section. What are your thoughts on Dark Road?
He said,
Where do you think this is
all my heart.
leading us?
Okay,
Let me know.
Then all my heart it is. I'm getting rocks. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Come on, let's wrap up
Yeah.
Twilight Town. Let's get to Toy Box. That's really what I want to stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Sora, stop walking on the walls.
Little Chef needs more ingredients. We better keep an eye out.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to get hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, finally, we can get to Toy Box. Even skipping cutscenes, it takes a while. It is a shame that Radiant Garden is not playable in Kingdom Hearts 3, except for Merlin's house in the DLC.
I got a tip for you. Yippee! More world. Doing great, Sora. Great job. Hey, Sora. I got a tip for you.
Yo, shut the hell up. this fight. So I'm gonna get the toy box. Ow. Fortunately, can't skip this fight. Go. Finally, toy box. I probably should have just played through Olympus and Twilight Town before I started streaming, but oh well. But Square Enix probably should have put in more save files for a game that's this freaking long. Alright, here we go. Final Fantasy Versus 13. Skip this. Again, I want to get to the young Xehanort stuff. You know what I should have done? Should have used the easy codes to get through all the other stuff. I don't usually play with easy codes or pro codes, so I didn't even think about it.
can get to the toy store.
Hurry, Sora!
I doubt. I'll need a Koopa coin, but I'll get one anyways. Finally, we get some young Xehanort stuff.
Hey, why doesn't that toy move?
I guess it hasn't figured it out.
Figured what out?
I can make it move for you.
Huh?
You're from the
There he
team,
is.
The first of the Xehanorts.
There's the man of the
I'm
hour.
so honored you remember me.
Oh no! He can move!
Way cool.
Look out!
One heart's shadows fill the emptiness of another. See how they bring him to life? Like heartless and nobodies, they fit together.
Enough! Why are you doing this?
There's a darkness we are missing and must reclaim. The way hearts connect in this world can provide us with a clue. So we made a copy of the world, and then pulled those hearts apart. I wonder how you'll handle the strain.
It's interesting.
Wait!
So here we have
Don't let me
asshole
down.
Xehanort, but then we have Dark Road Xehanort, Kid Xehanort, who is like sympathetic Xehanort. Asshole Xehanort,
What is going
sympathetic Xehanort.
on? Is this toy a friend or foe?
I think we've got our answer.
It is interesting, and I think this goes to how well written
Yeah.
Xehanort is as a
Arthur know
villain.
how to do it. There's no reason
That
you can't.
you can hate him
Do what?
and love him all at the same time.
Brilliant! I'm
You
on
can
it.
think he's an asshole and feel sorry for him at the same time. looking at some news articles. Somebody claiming that Japanese gamers did PlayStation 5 for Xbox and Switch. Okay.
He wasn't just swished in the back.
I can believe that the Japanese prefer the Switch
Buzz?
over PlayStation 5.
It's nothing.
But Xbox?
I'm confused.
No.
That guy in the black
Never been popular in
Did he say
Japan.
he made a copy of the real world? What's that mean?
It probably means they split this world in two. Your friends in one world, us in the other. Only one of the worlds is real, and the other is just really convincing.
You can't be serious. Oh, that's right. You're from a video game. Well, maybe in your game, that's how things work. But here in reality, you can't split worlds.
Huh? Well,
this is ridiculous.
No, hey.
Woody, let's go.
I admit, it does sound just...
Why am I watching this scene? Skip that. Xehanort's not in that scene.
Well, I'm kind of worried. Say, this looks like a way.
Yeah!
Three rails.
Yeah, and each one leads somewhere different.
Nice! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, it's pretty easy.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Now, go, go, go!
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Rise, Thora!
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Now, am I going to be able to do this without fighting any Heartless?
Yeah!
Maybe.
Is this it?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know if it would let me progress or not. Okay, I thought some Heartless might appear. Guess
Wait,
not.
do you hear something?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Here is one of the most annoying bosses on critical mode. Holy Jesus. I despise this thing.
Now's our chance. Hang on. Go time.
Oh yeah, I forgot we don't have auto finish. Damn it.
It's over! Come on, Sora! See ya! There! It's over! Hang on!
Go time.
Oh yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Ha-ha! Ha-ha!
Yeah! Yeah!
Ha-ha! Ha-ha!
Yeah!
Ha-ha! Ha-ha!
And finish her off right. Trying to think. I think high jump's more important. But alright.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Keep going, Sora!
Yeah!
I might be able to take this thing out without needing a Gigas, if I can find it.
It's over!
Well, maybe not.
See a pattern to how it moves.
My shield!
I did some damage. Where'd it go? There it is.
See ya!
Now I'm gonna need to kill a Gigas to take it out.
Go get her! Oh!
collapse if we use the cannons on those mechs.
Thank you! Heal!
Almost there.
It's ridiculous how easy Proud Mode is. Like, Critical Mode is such a huge spike in difficulty compared to Proud Mode. And I don't even think Critical Mode is all that well designed in this game as compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. It's just Critical Mode in this game, basically the enemies can one-shot you for the most part. I think they could have done a better job rebalancing the game in Critical Mode. That's better.
Rex was in the video game section.
Let's go get another young Xehanort scene.
Hooray! Look!
I've been sitting here for too long.
Look! I found it! See, Sora?
Well, I never looked this good. The clothes kind of match.
Huh?
I don't know if you guys can hear the dog barking. She probably saw her own shadow or something.
What do you know? They are video game figures. See? I told you, Buzz. They're toys, just like the rest of us.
Well, I suppose.
Donald, I thought your magic decided how I look. Explain.
Simple, that's not you.
Say, Riku would make a great action figure.
Must be him.
No, it's me. I've got the black clothes and,
So what?
All right, everyone. Now that we're back together, it's time to return to Andy's room.
Now? But can't I at least check the strategy guides? I want to know how to beat Bahamut.
God, I miss strategy guides.
Next
I didn't always
time.
use
Right
them.
Now we need to go home.
I just liked them for collecting.
Oh, but you needn't rush off.
Xehanort!
I have more to observe. I can't let you leave yet.
It's us that you really want. Leave the others out of this.
You would say that.
If Xehanort does come back, we get a young
Very
Xehanort
well.
returning in
Let's
future
get to the
games.
final stage.
Then Benjamin Discus will always have a job.
What's the matter? Come on, Buzz. Quit fooling around. Look out! I can't believe it. Buzz has been taken over?
What did you do to him?
I thought I made it clear. I am testing the strength of their bonds.
I love how Xehanort just trolls Sora in this scene.
And those hearts come from a powerful bond.
It's like, I am going to monologue,
Those
bitch.
bonds are stretched to their limit.
You can attack me all you want, but I will get my monologue out.
Plastic hold on to their hearts. All I needed was a wedge to widen the divide. Someone like you to fill them with distrust and doubt. And that chasm you created can be filled with a vast darkness. Witness it for yourself.
Do something! On my way!
Not this time.
Where am I?
Haven't you heard? In this world, you come from a video game. So now you can watch my experiment from inside that screen. That is, if you manage to find a moment's rest.
There's got to be a way out. Buzz, Woody, hang on.
Not really a huge fan of this minigame. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, when you're trying to get an A rank, it can be tedious.
Not done yet.
Although, to be fair, this game does not, this mini-game does not compare at all to Frozen Slider. Ugh. I cannot stand Frozen Slider. Especially when you're trying to get those 10 treasures to get the Orichakam Plus. That is a nightmare. Oh, hello. Where'd you all come from? Oh, this ain't good.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Finally, the final boss. Yeah, there we go. The Wreck-It Ralph Heartbinder. More proof that Sora is the reincarnation of the player. His third reincarnation, I should say.
Come on! Fellas!
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Huh.
I completely missed the door there.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. 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 Huh. Yeah. 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 Huh. Huh.
Sora, look! That must be the window Sarge mentioned.
Huh. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Yeah.
Get through this, and then we can get some more young Xehanort stuff.
You'll need more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Round him up. Yeah. 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 There. Here we go.
Oh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that either. Maybe be able to take them all out with this. Nope, but nearly. Finish him off, Donald. Almost. Should do it. Yep. So we can put in a bunch of Final Fantasy references, but no Final Fantasy characters in the main game? Really, Nomura?
Yep, and it's our way up to the Dark Corridor.
Alright, folks. Here we go with the scene that hits very differently
It looked like this?
after playing Kingdom Hearts Dark Road.
Here goes.
Buzz!
Xehanort!
What do you want with my friend?
Look, such tremendous darkness. All because he was ripped away from the boy who cares about him most.
Does that mean we'll all be like Buzz? If we don't find Andy?
Wrong! Distance doesn't matter. Andy's part of their hearts, just like my friends are part of mine. You can't rip that apart.
What? Your friends are your power? How very true. But if the light of friendship is a form of power, the darkness of being alone is a power even greater. Darkness is the heart's true nature.
Speaking from experience there, aren't you,
Whatever you're
Xehanort?
talking about, I don't care. Put Buzz back the way he was, then get lost.
Or else what, Toy?
Yeah, I am a toy. And a friend. My guess is no one's ever loved you before.
Oh, man.
Because you know nothing about hearts and love.
Yo, Woody, shut the hell up.
There are hearts all around us, trying to connect. Your loneliness only made Woody and Buzz's connection stronger. That's the heart's true
God.
nature. To never ever let go.
Oh,
Wherever
man.
they are, Andy and the other toys haven't let go either.
Yeah, you can't keep us from Andy. We're going home no matter what. And taking Buzz.
Xehanort, you're so caught up in finding the shadows, you forgot about the light that cast them.
Everything about this scene hits so much different after Dark Road.
Woody, now!
Giddy up, partner. We gotta get this wagon train a-moving.
Woody. Wait, how did I get here?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe somebody switched you into dark and stormy mode.
But I don't have a... Thank you, Woody.
Good to have you back, Buzz. Huh?
We can't hold him much longer.
Don't give up, guys!
So, even empty puppets can be given strong hearts. I am going to have to remember that.
Remember this, our hearts will always be connected to Andy's. No matter what you do.
And that's something you'll never understand. Because you're hollower than any toy.
But
Damn.
now I know a heart can be placed in the vessel of our choosing. For
I wonder if Xehanort
let me give you a parting
went off to
gift.
cry after this.
Wait!
Find the heart's joint to yours.
Okay, the way Xehanort says that line right there, honestly, I thought Xehanort was going to betray. I thought young Xehanort was going to betray his older self. Because it almost sounded like he wanted Sora to succeed. But, nah, it turns out that this Xehanort's just an asshole. I mean, for good reason after Dark Road. Although I'm not excusing Xehanort's actions, but his attitude, yeah, you can see how he got that after Dark Road. Alright, let's defeat this flying guard armor looking SOB.
Try this.
Damn it, I thought I was going to dodge that.
Back at you. Go. Yeah, it's over. Yeah. There. So long.
You know what would have been cool with this boss? What if they had like Zerg flying this thing? So, like a possessed Zerg action figure flying this thing? And that way we could have got like a Zerg boss in combination with this thing. Probably finish him off with this. There we go. So what I think I'm going to do to finish up this live stream is probably fight Data Young Xehanort and Data Master Xehanort. I was thinking about playing some other Kingdom Hearts games, but to be honest with you, I really don't have anything else to discuss about Dark Row, at least for the time being. And if I'm being honest, I'm getting kind of hungry, and I've been sitting here for so long, I need to stretch. So, I think we're going to wrap it up soon. Yeah, get to the cutscenes.
Fellas.
All right. Yes, I know. Title screen. Alright. So I guess first, we'll do young Xehanort. And it's been a while since I fought these guys. Oh hell, I'm out of elixirs. Shoot.
Don't blink.
I was not prepared to go into this fight. I may have to restart. Probably. Because I've got my Yazora set up. God, Rage Form is so overpowered. You guys seeing how overpowered Rage Form is?
Time is a cruel prison.
I'm kind of cheesing this, to be honest.
Don't blink.
I keep forgetting I don't have any items. Oh yeah, I do. I got high potions. Alright, should be able to finish it with this. I did not even have the right setup for that fight. I just jumped into it without thinking. Which then again, young Xehanort is one of the easier data fights. Now Master Xehanort on the other hand. Okay, so... Elixir... And I think I need a Koopa coin. Okay, we should be good.
Destiny is never left to chance. You're reborn.
Now, where are you gonna come from?
Keyblade.
Hold on one sec.
Enlighten me. Shine.
That's not good.
Shine. Judgment. Give me power. Back at you.
How did that catch me? I was dodging. Cricket, rage form. Nice. God, rage form is so overpowered.
Give me power.
Alright. Desperation move. Aerial. Because I suck at avoiding his attacks here. Damn it. Missed him. Oh, here we go. Oh crap, that's not good. Thank you, Ariel. Yeah, I figured I was gonna take damage there. That wasn't the cleanest attempt, but it got the job done. Well, folks, and then it's going to wrap it up. Again, give me your thoughts on the Tetsuya Nomura interview. Give me your thoughts on the Dark Road finale. Give me your thoughts on Dark Road in general. Give me your thoughts on the future of Kingdom Hearts. And do you think Xehanort is coming back? That being said, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching after the fact. And this is Jessica James. Oh, of course, like, subscribe, follow my second channel, which will be linked down below. If you like comics, anime, movies, etc. Alright. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm heading out. This is Jessica James, signing off.